If the Auditor General's report is anything to go by, then most of our municipalities are in trouble for one reason or another. But one local municipality, Midvaal, has had 9 consecutive clean audits. And we found out why such a success story. I spoke to the municipality's Executive Mayor, Peter Teixeira. And this is for the record. The Midvaal local municipality has been lauded as one of the few success stories across the country. 9 clean audits. And we're catching up now with the Executive Mayor, Peter Teixeira, to tell us why the success and how they've done it. Peter, thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you so much, Peter, for having me on the show. I'm honored to be here today.
So 9 clean audits. We get excited. I mean, it should be a norm, but it is an achievement. And I just wonder, what has been the basis for your success at Midvaal?
Look, firstly, I must commend those that came before me, my predecessors, the likes of Bongani Baloyi, Marty Wenger, Timothy Nast. I think they laid a very solid foundation for me to continue prospering and so forth. So they actually had a vision of which is to improve people's lives in Midvaal. And when I talk about vision, I mean, the part of it having the political will to actually serve and improve people's lives. And when we started 22 years ago, governing Midvaal, we worked according to a plan, and which is we're still continuing with this plan today in 2023. Which was in the main to improve people's life, but to also invest in bulk infrastructure development within the municipality and ensure that we actually run a clean government. Because you will understand that in Midvaal, we actually enjoy an outright majority as the party of the day, which is a benefit because we can make decisions quicker. And we've always enjoyed this majority from 22 years ago. And, we work according to a master plan in Midvaal. We ensure that we get the basics right. We don't complicate service delivery. We make sure that our streets are smooth and not riddled with potholes. We make sure that when our communities open their taps, clean water flows. When they flush their toilets, the contents actually flow through a functioning sewer system. There's electricity and so on. And this is what has actually grown the municipality over the years. And we've been recognized by many other spheres of government as well as other private institutions who has awarded us all these accolades. And ultimately, being a transparent government has led to us receiving these clean audits annually.
So a lot of people will be saying, why isn't my municipality like this? Give us some of the keys. I would imagine one of them must be having the right people in the right jobs.
Definitely. Look, firstly, there must be political will, as I've indicated earlier. Secondly, you must hire competent, suitably qualified staff members. And this is what we are very strict with in Midvaal. So me as the mayor cannot go and hire a friend of mine just because, he's a buddy and put him in a key position. So all our employees are highly qualified, and we vet them. We make sure that these people come from a background that where there's references and so on. So we've got competent staff, and we also, as politicians, my office does not interfere in the administrative staff. So there's the political office led by myself, and then there's the administrative office led by the municipal manager. And what I have done is I've created a conducive environment for them to actually flourish and be able to do their job. All I do is give the political direction. Give the political direction a mandate that's been given to me by those that have elected me into this position. And what I often do is with our public reps, I often remind them and say, guys, remember why we occupy these positions is to serve our community. We've been elected into these positions. So it's very important that you must reflect. And when you're at home, think about why you're earning the big bucks, if I may put it that way, which is to serve your community. So we're very strict in terms of that. There are proper systems and processes in place that ensure that we are a transparent government. There's accountability, which is very important. So if you are found wanting or involved in corruption, we deal with you very quickly. There's no slap on the wrist or things that get swept under the carpet.
The thing about municipalities is that they are a mini economy. So you've got to raise funds and spend those funds wisely. Part of that story is attracting businesses to come into the municipality so that the municipality can grow. How have you gone about that?
Look, because we run a clean government, we've created an investor confidence, if I may put it that way. And we are seeing a lot of growth, business-wise, even residentially. A lot of people are moving south and they're coming into Midvaal. So this is because we are running a clean government. And, if you also look at, just to take a step back, businesses will come and invest in a municipality where there's reliable services. So when they come and knock on our door, the first thing they want to know is, can I provide them with a water connection, sewer connection, electricity connection? Is there tarred roads? And the answer is yes, I can do that. There's adequate capacity of those particular services. And this is why we have the likes of Heineken, South Africa, who are in Midvaal, and many other businesses that have invested in Midvaal. And if you even go deeper into this, you will see that we have one of the lowest unemployment rates in the country. And this is because there's a lot of business investment into the municipality. But we also offer incentives to investors where we don't charge you rates and taxes until such time you actually start building or constructing the business. And once you are operational, this is when we then look at where we start billing you for rates and taxes. And that has attracted a lot of investors into the municipality.
What we've seen in other municipalities often is that national politics gets involved in local politics. Is that something you've been able to avoid?
Yeah, look, in Midvaal, I'm blessed in a sense that, we got a lot of assistance. With other spheres of government, we work well with them. There are challenges here and there, issues of health, education, schools, human settlement, the construction of RDP houses and so on. We've seen it happen, but I must say that we've not had so many problems, but because I also communicate and I've got a good relationship with our shadow MECs as well as shadow ministers, where if there are matters that are not being attended to by the other spheres of government, I am able to escalate those to those colleagues of mine who then raise it in those platforms where they operate from. But I think it does become a challenge, issues of security, with SAPS, South African Police Services, and so on. But we quickly deal with them. And I think in all fairness, we've not had so many challenges per se. But when we do, we are able to escalate it to our shadow MECs and ministers.
Other municipalities have failed partly because they don't collect their revenues for one reason or another. Yes. Is that something that you've been able to manage?
Look, we got a collection rate of over 95% in Midvaal. And people want to pay for something that they see. They want to know where their money is going to. So if people are paying but roads are riddled with potholes, streetlights are not working, they end up giving up and they stop paying. Therefore, the municipality battles to operate. So we are blessed in that sense, and we also got so good social packages that we offer to our indigent households and those that are perhaps battling within the whole economic sphere, if I may put it that way, especially because we came out of the pandemic, COVID-19, the hard lockdown. Many people lost their jobs. So we had to put together a social package which can also assist them. But we also encourage people to pay. Those that can pay must pay for services. Because I always remind my community that people must remember we pay Eskom on time. We don't owe a cent to Eskom. We pay rand water for the water that is supplied. We don't owe a cent. So we pay all our service providers, our creditors then. And our residents in Midvaal understand that. Even if you go to our townships, Peter, you will see that we provide obviously 6,000 kilo 6 kiloliters of water, 6,000 liters of water free to our indigent households, 50 kilowatts per hour electricity free to our indigent households. Whatever you use beyond that, you've got to pay for it. And we've installed your prepaid water meters, prepaid electricity meters. This is to make people responsible in terms of the usage. Because if you're not paying for the service, you won't appreciate it. And this is what we used to see before we installed the prepaid water meters, where you would find water leaks, water running down the road, and no one would bother reporting it because it wasn't hitting you in your pocket. But immediately when it starts hitting you in your pocket, now you're responsible, you report it, and so on. So our people understand that. And I've always said to our residents, those that oppose it, other political parties in council will say to me, no, but Mayor, you're not being fair and you are not for the poor. And I disagree. I say, but the same person that you are deeming to be poor can afford to have a DSTV package in their household, but they can't pay 50 Rand for water per month. And so we've seen that changing, or that culture changing within our community. And people are happy to pay because they're getting the service.
All right. When we started this conversation, you said that you paid tribute to those that laid the foundations for you. But you yourself, research group PMR Africa, presented you with the most proactive mayor award, which means there are things that you are doing, that you've brought to the table, that are adding to that story. What are the things that you're most proud of?
Look, I am on the ground. Last night I was in an area, developing area in Midvaal called Savannah City. It's a mega housing project which will yield 19,500 households, mixed-use development, RDPs, bonded housing, gap housing, and so on. So we were there unveiling the 300 streetlights that we recently installed in that area. And, being there, seeing the smiles of my people and being on the ground with them, I think this is what has now led to this award that I've received, is the fact that I'm proactive, I'm on the ground. People know me, I'm easily accessible. And I speak many other languages, Peter. Ngiyakhuluma isiZulu, it was Sesotho. So people talk to me, they feel free with me, and, they're comfortable with me. Whenever there's challenges, whether it goes wrong or it's good, I am there for the people. And I think this is what has set me apart to the others, because they know Teixeira, we phone the municipality, and he comes through, yes.
All right. So what's in the next chapter for the city and for you as Executive Mayor?
Look, we want to further grow the economy. In Midvaal, we want to attract new investment into Midvaal. There are many opportunities, potential opportunities that are there. We want to grow our tourism. That's another big thing. We've got the Vaal Dam, Peter. We've got the Sacred Bos Nature Reserve in Midvaal. We want to get people not to go to Hartbeespoort, but to actually go to the Vaal Dam and enjoy your water activity sports. We want to grow the tourism. We want to grow the economy. We want to also invest into the bulk. We are actually building substations, reservoirs. Not many municipalities are doing that. So it's important for me to start laying that foundation for those that will come after me. And that is exactly what we are doing. So we're busy putting together your business plans, master plans within the municipality. And also, I always say there's always room for improvement, but looking at areas where there's a shortfall, how do we improve that area? How do we go in there so that everybody, when I talk about a clean audit, Peter, people must understand, from those in an affluent area to those that are in an informal settlement, when I talk about what is a clean audit, and I ask the question, those people must be able to articulate to me and say, a clean audit means the following. There's a better life. The quality of life in Midvaal is good. I've got water, I've got electricity, I've got roads, I've got access to housing, education, health, and everything. That is what I want. So I actually want to bring meaning, Peter, to a clean audit. It mustn't be something which is just on paper, but it must have meaning on the ground, and that is what I'm pursuing.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the citizens of Midvaal are delighted with what you're doing and what you hope for the future. Thanks so much indeed for talking to us. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Peter. Thanks you for having me.